Now I do not have work with French, and I do not speak it very often.
It's easy to forget, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or other languages take over, maybe. But,
it's not so fluent. It's not so fluent with time. You have to practice.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a few more coming in.
Yeah,
but I look up with your lovely picture again.
Hello.
I noticed you changed it yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah.
You changed your picture. Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, I changed from Vienna, which is my favorite city in Europe, to some images from Japan.
Oh, is that Japan?
No, this one is Schönbrunn from Vienna.
Oh, okay, right. I didn't think that looked like Japan.
But those that I changed yesterday were from Japan.
Okay, maybe I need to get a new picture of Devon.
Yeah, Catherine. And I've got the same photo. I'd like to show it from the same place.
Have you? I took this photo myself, I promise.
Where is it? Where are you standing in the picture?
It's between Clovelly and on the walk going from Clovelly round the coast towards Bucks Mill, probably.
Ah, right.
It's that first part when you first come out of the what's it called? Hobby Drive, is it called?
Drive, yeah.
Hobby Drive, yeah.
A nice view.
So Ali knows it well because Ali used to live in Clovelly, of course. So you know that walk, don't you? It's when we did this sponsored walk, as I was saying the other day, you start out and it's quite flat and it's lovely walking through the forest, and you think this is great, this is easy. Oh, beautiful views, take some pictures, and then it all starts to get a bit more difficult. Yeah, at one point we were nearly crawling on our hands and knees up the hill. And the temperature went up to about 25 degrees suddenly in September. So
yeah,
it was a good walk.
It was a good walk though. Well done.
Yeah.
And I've got this side. Maybe it's not the same place, but I've got this side.
It still looks like a good bit of North Devon coast.
Yeah.
Where is that, Oksana? Do you remember?
Frankly speaking, I forgot.
No. Yeah, it could be many places.
But I will try to
Interesting.
Yeah.
But I'm like a ghost. You see, I do not have the last version of Zoom. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of scary, isn't it?
Yeah, really.
Only part of you is there.
Oh, better, but unfortunately.
I like Ilona. Ilona changes her background quite a lot, doesn't she? We have lockdown now.
She reminds us, don't forget that we are still in lockdown. However beautiful your backgrounds are,
yeah.
We are in lockdown.
It's kind of normal now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love this bit. When all the faces just appear, and you think, "Oh, you're here! Oh, you're here! That's lovely."
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Dimitri.
Hi.
Mark's showing us his view.
Oh, what did you say about the red bridge, Mark?
Yeah, I didn't see that
Can somebody take a screenshot of that on gallery view with the red bridge?
How do you take a screenshot?
Yeah.
Somebody who knows how do that.
No, I can't. I don't know how to do it.
How do you do that?
Done.
You know.
But I don't know what it is that you have there. Oh, it's your head. Move your head up.
Move your head, Mark.
That's it. That's good.
How do you do screenshot?
How do you do a screenshot?
On my machine, I can. So I'm on an Apple.
Yeah.
Okay, that
So
sounds.
Command 3 takes a screenshot of your whole screen. Shift Command 4 allows you to drag and select a specific area.
Oh, so it's not inside Zoom. It's on your actual device.
It's on my actual machine. And then Shift Command 5 was because I just discovered it by accident, and then I thought, ooh, I wonder what Shift Command 5 does.
Yeah.
Do you know what it does?
No, but you've just reminded me. I know there is a way on my laptop to take a screenshot, but I can't. I can do print screen, but I haven't got a printer, so I don't really want to print it. Yeah. I'll have to experiment.
But if you press print screen and the Windows, for me that's the
Does that do it?
So Windows.
I was using Alt, GR, and print screen, and then it's copied, and you can paste it
Okay, that's interesting.
onto a page, or you can paste it into the paint program.
Well, I might have taken one, but I don't know where it's gone if I've taken it.
Possibly on your
I think it's like copied on your
desktop.
clipboard.
Is it right? Okay, I'll have a look afterwards.
Probably.
See, all these things we can learn from each other. It's great.
Or you go into recents. Go into recents and you'll find it there, won't you?
Okay.
Recent files. But
See,
so
where
the
have you
Shift
been all my
Command
life, Anne?
5 allows you to film.
Oh,
But it doesn't do sound. So you can only film it, but you don't have sound.
how do you know all this stuff?
Because I'm an obsessive teacher.
Good answer. That's so impressive. I should be writing you messages every time I get stuck now, Anne.
Yeah, that'd be great. I would love that.
You might regret that.
No, I would learn as well. If I don't know, then I can look it up. I love it.
Oh,
I
you're
love your
perfect.
new word today, Anne.
Yes, I know.
I-
It's like it
I'm gonna
even
be using
sounds good.
What's the new word?
Ikimo.
Akimo.
Yeah. I know I
Oh,
missed
I
out.
I didn't know that one.
Every
No,
morning.
I invented it this
Write
morning.
that one down. Oh, brilliant.
Because it was not fear of missing out. It's like, damn, I know
You
I've
know,
missed out.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
I get
Put that in the
every
dictionary.
morning when I see the comments from last night's session or whatever that I've had to leave or that I've missed. You know.
It's a specific feeling of regret. We can even write the definition for the dictionary.
And write a song about it. There you go, Anne.
Oh, yeah, that would be with all the hits that I'm writing these days.
And perform it on the last day of the course. Okay,
Ah,
we'll be waiting.
it would be a very good band name, actually. But
It
then
really
you'd
would.
have to really make good music for it to be worthy of the name.
Fantastic.
So Ali, did you look that up then? I read your email. Did you read that about the red things? Yeah.
I did.
What's
Yeah.
happening with the red?
And I thought it was a brilliant bit of student involvement because you just got me intrigued by sending that email and looked it up and I thought, oh God, he's done it. That's what was that intentional?
What?
Was that intentional to get us to
Yes, of course it is. I've told you, Ali. I'm trying to demonstrate a communicative language classroom.
well, you did.
Yeah.
But it was so casual. I thought maybe you really didn't know and you were.
No, I did. No, I am actually very conscious of this. You know, like I constantly think that I'm trying to model a communicative language classroom in the month of November. I'm in the role of teacher and you are all in the role of students. You know, that's what it is.
Are we good students then, Mark?
You've been very good, yeah. Most of the time. No, you've been very good. Ask Annika if she knows. I don't know if she's got red things where she lives. God, there's this insect on my laptop. Thing.
Live and let live, Mark. Live and let live.
I know. By the way, Catherine.
Hello.
Catherine, let me just tell you.
Still here.
Catherine, no, not you, Catherine.
Oh, right, other Catherine. Okay.
Liverpool, Catherine. She's only got 20 minutes, okay? So, and she is teaching until now, almost exactly now. So she is going to do her session from 6:05 her time to 6:25. So as soon as she comes, we need to let her do her session, yeah? And she's going to show some slides. So yeah, so I expect she'll be here in 1 minute. Yeah, I think. Yeah, but just keep an eye for her.
I have to go shortly after that, Mark. So
yeah, okay.
Just to give you a heads up.
That's all right.
No offense to you.
Listen, it's nobody has to come to anything. You know, like it's. And actually, in my email, I got the wrong stress. You know, I wanted to say, what did I say? I put compulsory in capital letters, but actually the other word should have been in capital letters. What was the sentence? I can't remember now.
Nothing is compulsory.
That's right. Nothing should have been in capital letters, and compulsory should have been in small letters. But I put nothing in small letters and compulsory in capital letters.
Danger of language, hey?
I made a mistake with it. Yeah. So. But anyway, I thought it's a minor thing in the greater scheme of things.
We understood the message.
You understood the message, Anita.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I
So
wanted to suggest also, maybe in the cafe or when we have time here, to talk about using films in our classes. Well, I mean, it's been a topic many times so far in different seminars and workshops. But since we are all like teaching online, more or less, so it's a good opportunity to exchange some valuable ideas on how to do it more efficiently and effectively. And you know, so when we have time or when you have ideas, or maybe we should start a unit on the in the cafe so that people can post.
Well, what you could do, Anita, you could say, look, you know, I led a session tonight because Anita is going to do a session tonight, round about 8 o'clock, probably.
Just a short presentation.
Short presentation, and you can say how good it was to contribute to the course with the session. And wouldn't somebody else like to take the responsibility of maybe introducing something on film, and then see if anybody replies? That's what you do in the classroom, you know, with students, you know, when somebody, because you don't want the same person doing the same thing over and over again. So the more you involve more people in the classroom process, then more people will feel involved, more people will feel responsible. There's less, I'm sure Margit writes about this in her book, you know, like there's less likelihood of the burnout, yeah? Because what we need to do basically is work out how we can do less as teachers and students do more, you know? That is the art of teaching, isn't it?
Yeah. And have you started reading Margit's book?
Yes, I have. Yeah, I have. It's really, really great. It's too early to really say that I'm going to summarize something, but I really love it. I've just done the introduction yesterday, and then there's the rationale is the first half, and then the activities are the second half. And I've read some of the activities, but I'm not at the point where I could give a summary of the book. But it is very well written. It's very to the point, so I'm really loving it. Yeah, I was actually reading it last night with my iPad next to me, connected with my daughter who's working on her PhD, and she doesn't like working alone, but she's in lockdown. So all she saw was me reading, and all I heard was her typing, and that was the deal. So he was typing until my first chapter was finished, basically. I'm not sure this is very interesting for anyone. However, I do have 2 films that I use constantly in warm-ups, and I have a website about films that I would strongly recommend as well. I can put the links in the chat if you like. One is about somebody who's chased by a bear. Like literally, he's on his bike, and you can stop the film and ask your students to predict. And then they say, oh, this is a fake film. And then you say, oh, why do you think it's a fake film? So you've got lots of things with that one. And it's just a warmer. And the other one is actually the first example of an edited movie. And it's a train that goes into a tunnel, and it goes dark. And then crafty people have glued 2 bits of film together. And so then it goes into the scene of a couple that has a secret kiss in the tunnel. And and then it goes out of the tunnel. Ooh, yes, ooh. They could only do it because the actors were man and wife. So husband and wife. So that's how they got away with it. Yeah, very raunchy. And that's the very first example of an edited film. And that actually is I always remember it by thinking of FBI first. It's a BFI. BFI is the British
Film Institute.
British Film Industry, and they have a website, and you go onto the free films, and I have found the most amazing materials. For instance, tourists in the beginning of the 20th century that take the ferry from Liverpool to the soap factory on the Wirral. And they visit the factory, and you see how the soap was made. Unbelievable stuff in Port Sunlight. Lots and lots. I mean, it would be just doing them injustice to try and sum it up all of it here. That and it's all free. And then you have a bit where you pay to watch films, but I've never done that because there's lots and lots of, and you can go on different, you can go on a map and find the resources for that area. Old films that don't even have words. So you can then ask your students, what do you think they're talking about? How does this compare with modern day working lives? And so much you can do. That's an incredible resource.
Anne, can I ask, do you know, I know there's a lot of stuff on the BBC websites and BBC archives.
Yeah.
Are you able to access that from outside the UK? Obviously, I've not tried. Do you know? Have you ever tried?
I think it probably depends on many factors. I think possibly some things are not accessible and others are. Yeah. I would just say try it.
Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff, and you can look in the archive, BBC archive by topic, by subject matter. So I've found films that I've used from there.
In the chat as well, so that people can.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll look it up. But as I say, I'm not sure if it's possible from outside the UK because we have to pay money to access the BBC. So
it really depends. Catherine's there.
Okay, Catherine's on. Right.
Hello.
Hi, Catherine.
Hello, everyone. Sorry for the in and out. It logged me on as one of my teaching companies, so I thought I'll log out and log back in as myself. Mark's probably told you I've got 20 minutes between classes, so I thought I'd just present. But in true EFL style, I'm going to do something that wasn't on the bill, so I've decided to change the topic. I hope that's okay. But this is something that came up in class today, and it was just so powerful that I just thought, let's talk about it. So at the moment, I've been covering a class in a language school in Liverpool just for the week while one of my friends is on holiday. And on Monday, I went in for the first time into a classroom in 8 months, and I honestly thought I was going to be sick because of the nerves, but also I was so excited to go back into a physical classroom. I love teaching online, but nothing beats, actually seeing your students and feeling like, yourself again. So I've been teaching them this week using a book called Outcomes. I don't know if you guys have seen that book. It's Anne might have one as Realia. Yay! So it's a National Geographic book, and what the students and I think staff really like about it is it brings up real life stories. I think that's Diwali or one of the festivals.
Yeah, it is.
When I was flicking through the book this week to see what we were going to do tomorrow, because it's our last day together, because I've just sort of been given free rein, which is great. There was part of the book that we'd never actually got to. I've taught that book so many times. I'm doing the intermediate class, but in our previous school where Anne and I worked, we would only ever have 12-week terms, meaning we would only ever do units 1 to 12. So today I ventured into unit 13. Yes, Anne has the exact book. So I ventured into unit 13, and the story in there took my breath away. It was so powerful. And the story it's all about, I think it's called making a new home. Yeah, so if you go forward 2 more pages, there's a story about immigrants, asylum seekers travelling on illegal boats to get to Australia. And the book have always dealt with real life issues, but that was the most powerful story I've ever seen in one of these books. So I was unsure about whether to deal with it, and I know in one of the sessions the other day, and I've forgotten who was talking about parsnips, the taboo topics, and some teachers might shy away from that topic. So I was a little bit unsure about whether to do it. So I went into the class and we started the topic of travelling and whatever, and we did, grammar forms and whatever. And then as the lesson went on, one of the students was asking if I could help them write a CV, because she has made her CV in Italy and she has her photograph on it and her age and her nationality and all that. And we got talking about how in England we don't really include those things because those things shouldn't make a difference to whether you get a job or not. And she was saying that's the reason why she's just left her life behind in Italy and come to England, because she is embracing the fact that we I know it's not always the case, but she said she sees that we see people as humans here, and it doesn't matter what they look like. So then we got talking about that lesson, which would come tomorrow. And in the class, I have a Yemeni asylum seeker, and he just broke down crying in the lesson. And I was quite taken aback, and I said, we don't have to talk about this. And he said, no, please, can we? He said, I've never felt more strongly about this. He said, it does upset me and it does make me cry, but I want the world to remember that wars are happening and these people are fleeing countries. And he said, so I'd like to be able to talk about it openly. So we made like a decision as a class that we would talk about it tomorrow. And the point that I wanted to raise was like making sure that, yeah, you know, class is supposed to be the place where we can, students and ourselves, we disconnect from life, and you know, we put on the front and we have a great lesson and whatever, but also students need a safe space where they can talk about issues like that he probably has a lot of things that he needs to know how to talk about. And you know, he's going to be going through the process soon to apply for refugee status. But you know, he was very happy that the topic had been brought up. So then that brought me on to, I then made it relatable to me in the fact that I explained how I'd volunteered at the jungle in Calais, and how I often say this, people often ask me how it was, and it's the only time in my life that I could say there are no words to describe it. I don't even know how I felt. I don't even know what that emotion was. It was a mixture between, you know, sadness, happiness, shock, surprise, empathy. So we're actually going to do like a full 4-hour lesson tomorrow based on immigration and the struggles and just the different issues that people have come across. So I just wanted to share with you guys, if it's okay, a couple of minutes of a video that was made by Liverpool TV. They came with us to Calais and they made a small documentary. It is a 22-minute documentary, so you can watch it in your free time. But I just wanted to show you a clip about, like, you know, you could use something like this. Obviously, you've got to be very sensitive and sort of suss out how your class are going to respond to it. But it just made me realise how, at the end of the day, they are human and they need to be able to talk about these things. With regards to the parsnip topics for the acronym that was mentioned the other day, again, a lady came into our school a few years ago to explain to us, do a CPD session on the importance of using the parsnip subject in classes. And she related it to the Ariana Grande concert in Manchester with the Manchester bombing. And she said most, you know, this was just her generalisation, but she was saying, you know, most teachers would shy away from using that topic. She said, but the problem was, at that point, all these students were in a foreign country. They had all these questions, all this uncertainty that they needed to talk about in the class. But they didn't have the ability to talk about it because they didn't have the language, because those topics are generally not spoken about. So we need to be equipping them with the ability to talk about everything. And although sometimes, you know, the topics might not be comfortable for us, we've got to do it in a way that we're helping them become citizens of the world, if you like. So I'm just gonna, if it's okay, just share a few moments of this documentary that I'm going to use in class tomorrow. And the documentary, it is quite nice in the sense that it shows clips of the camp. It shows some of the French volunteers, and then it interviews some of the English volunteers as well. So I'll just share that now. Hopefully it'll work. So, there we go. Okay. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, brilliant. So I'll just press play. And it should.
Some in kind of tiny little pop-up festival tents, you know, OneSkin. So, so that's very much our next project, and that will kick in within the next week. We've already got some prototypes being built. They need to be temporary structures, but they need to be reasonably well insulated. You need to be able to have some kind of heating inside them, and you know, they're built on a foundation of pallets. But it's going to be a big project because we need to have shelters built for everyone by December, or people are just going to get really ill because it will get very, very cold.
Following the drop-off of donations, the group headed into camp to experience firsthand the reality of life in the jungle. The current camp at Chemin de June was started in April after the previous site was bulldozed. The camp has been in Calais in some shape or form for over 8 years. Most people in the camp are aged between 18 and 35 and are usually educated and previously had well-paid jobs. However, due to changes in regime or devastation by war, they have been forced to flee their country for their own safety. But during our time in the jungle, we met many families and young children alone in the main camp, as more and more migrants arrived each day and more families are making a home in the camp. Whilst being shown around the vast camp, we discreetly captured some of the difficult conditions residents face on a daily basis, as well as some of the positive aspects of the community, like a church, mosque and library.
These are the toilets, and this is what it's about. Like, when I got home, I did a 3-day one-woman army campaign, the Solidarity is International, because whereas the cleaning in the toilets, I'm like, that's not going to cut it, mate, you know? And then like, oh, it's been sorted. I'm like, it hasn't been sorted, though, has it? So I went.
Because the French government do nothing, only send the police to destroy everything. Last Monday, they have put the bulldozers in the tents, the papers, original passports, the immigration papers, everything has gone for all on these people over there. About 100 people have nothing anymore. Yeah, try to get new tents over here because you see, 2 weeks ago was nothing over there. She was all moved over here and over there, but it becomes a catastrophe because people don't see the solution for the problems.
And more people are coming every day.
Every day more people come, and every day people want to try to get on the train, to get on the boat, and every week are people killed.
So is it everyone's aim to get to the UK? Does everyone want to get to the UK?
Most of it. Most of it. Yeah, over there you have a tent of Sudan. I give them this morning garbage bags, ask them to help me. She come and do it. If she have the materials, she clean it up. But then she don't have anything, you cannot do anything. She put a fire on it because she don't want to see it anymore.
Is rubbish a real problem for you?
Yes.
Okay, guys. So obviously the video is much longer. But one of the tasks that we did while we were in there was that big puddle that you've seen that was flooding from like a downpour. And basically what was happening was because that puddle existed, people were putting rubbish in it, and then if that was getting too full, people would just set fire to everything, which, you know, in turn could then have killed a lot of people because of the fires. So I think the point of my session, which has been a bit of a whirlwind, so I apologise, was just to reiterate that we can use real life situations in classes. And I think it's important to remember that our students need a safe place where they can ask questions or ask what the vocabulary is for X, Y, and Z. So I hope that that has been interesting. And I'm really sorry that I've shot on and I've got to shoot off.
Catherine, would you be able tomorrow night to tell us what you did in class tomorrow?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you very much for listening to me. And obviously, if you've got any questions, if you want to send me a message on the Facebook or whatever, and I'll also put the link up to the full video if anyone is interested in watching it. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gotta go. Bye.
I'm just thinking about, can I say something? Like what Catherine said, to create the safe environment for students to ask. So since I'm currently working with very young, well, young learners, 7-year-olds and 9-year-olds, and today we were doing some letters of the alphabet, and there was P. And then one child said, P, well, that's a naughty word in English. And I said, why? It isn't a naughty word. Well, he said, it isn't polite to say P. And it was funny, very funny. And I told him, well, it wouldn't be polite to pee in the class, but to say about it, to talk about it, to say the word, it's nothing offensive in it. So, I mean, it's far away from the refugee and migrants topics, but I think that's how we begin from the very early age to create a safe environment where they can ask anything they like and talk about things.